Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you tuning in every Thursday. You already know, you should know by now, should be second nature, is the basketball podcast, man. So we'll be talking about it a lot. We know what happened last night between Boston and New York. I'm saying, I know Boston, I'm saying Indiana as well. So I'm saying we're gonna keep y'all in the loop with everything. We're gonna give y'all our opinions. So I'm saying Najeh will be with us momentarily. He's on the way back from Stevenson, but I'm not gonna hold everything up, man. We got a special guest, Mikehi Williams. You know what I'm saying? I think he's underrated. Should have a lot more than 4 hours, but we're gonna talk about that with him. So with that being said, we're gonna bring on the young star from Columbus, Georgia, Mikehi Williams. Yes, sir. I know when they smiling, I did okay on the intro, brother. So, so brother, you outside, man. You know what I'm saying? So, are you outdoorsy type of guy, or you just happen to be outside for the scenery?
Just a scenery. I'm in my backyard right now, so needed somewhere quiet.
100%, 100%. I like the little bird sounds, man. But I can't ignore the elephant. You know what I mean? You're from Columbus, Georgia, of course. Down there with Coach Black. Just kind of let us know, man, because y'all got 2 state championships in the independent high school realm, man. So just let us know, man. What is the temperature down there in Columbus?
Uh, I feel like everybody really knows what's up when it comes to Pacelli basketball. It's like I feel like we're the top dogs, and people got to come strive and hunt at our necks. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm really one of the best players in the city and really the state. So I think I'm just really underrated, and a lot of people will know my name after this summer. So
Nah, for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Pacelli is that one down there in Columbus. You definitely are underrated, only holding 4 offers right now, man. Not a D1
Mhm.
offer, which to me is a mistake. Just how have
Well, I do
you
have
do?
one dual offer from South Carolina State.
Yes, excuse me. I cannot forget about the brothers out there in the swag for sure.
Mhm.
Appreciate you letting me know about that. But you know what I'm saying? Even then, you know what I'm saying? Salute this SC State, man. You know what I'm saying? But how are you just, you know what I'm saying, kept your composure and just stayed dedicated? You know what I'm saying? You're a gym rat for sure. I looked at your Twitter profile, but how have you just like not let, you know what I'm saying, that get to you?
I think it's really because I came a long way. So it's like the stuff that people were getting like freshman and sophomore year, I didn't let it really get to me because I knew one day it was gonna come to me eventually. I've just been like a late bloomer,
Mm-hmm.
so like I'm really starting to blow up now instead of back then. So I feel like I can be one of the best when it comes out all said and done. You know.
Nah, for sure. Before we get to how you kind of grew, but yeah, I just gotta ask you, man. You know what I'm saying? You are blowing up, brother. I see you on SC Next catching crazy oops. You've been dunking on folk, but just how has it been to just finally see the fruits of your labor?
It feels great. I feel great. I'm not gonna lie.
Who
Yeah.
was like what was that defining moment for you? Like when you knew you kind of like, all right, I'm kind of catching some emotional college reach now. Or you just seeing yourself on more platforms?
Um. Really, after the first Adidas session that we just had,
Mm-hmm.
like my phone has been going up a lot more. It's like people really wanting to see me at the live period in Nebraska. So
That's
it's
what's
just
up.
like I feel like it's really all paying off a little bit more.
Nah, most definitely, man. That's only credit to your hard work, brother. But before we get to this past weekend, because I went 4-1, big weekend for 85. But just what do you feel like was that skill wise? I'm saying you said you were a late bloomer. What the saying transition for you?
I think I really developed a jump shot. Like I was really just a athletic kid, and because I used to be like taller than others, like so now I'm about 6'6" right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like a taller kid, and I was really a five back in the day.
For real?
And then yeah, I transitioned into a three, and that's been like my natural position really now. And I like my freshman sophomore year, I couldn't really shoot, so I've been working on that, and I really feel like it's like one of my calling cards now. I can shoot in the lights out.
So how long? Because you know what I'm saying. I know I went down on your Twitter profile and said, you know what I'm saying, you should just be, like you said, athletic, maybe a solid defender on the wing,
Mm.
maybe just in the post. But how long have you been handling the rock? 'Cause you've been snatching some folk for sure.
I say really all of I say really 7th, 8th grade is when I
7th.
made that transition for real.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really like 8th grade though. 8th grade summer going into 9th grade. That was probably like a big change because I switched AAU teams. I need to play more of a guard role to get ready for high school. So I think that really helped my development.
Got you. Then how much would you say? Because like it's some negative talk about AAU. It's not a lot of people say it's not a lot of practice. You know what I'm saying? They want to see y'all play more like I guess a Euro style of more sharing. I'm not really sure, but this what's your opinion on AAU ball before you transition?
I think you said before my transition.
Before we transition to another
Oh,
topic.
I think it's really helpful. Like my AAU team, we practice a lot. So like we probably practice Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, or just Sunday. So we practice 3 to 4 times a week. So like we're getting good reps in. Like we're building chemistry, and I think it really puts players like we play so many games. I really think it puts players on like the biggest platform where they can show their skill and talent to schools. You know, so I think it's the best thing out.
True. They do say the Euro teams practice 7 days a week.
Yeah,
It's cool. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think that's just the system they have. Like we've been in the AAU system for like a while now, so I think it'd be hard to transition to that type of practicing like a high school team or something like that. Because like there's players from all over the city and the state on each AAU team. So like I live an hour and a half from where we practice, so I don't know if I can get up there every day. You know.
Right. I agree. Yeah, shout out to your post for definitely making that trip for you. Like, yeah, to your point, the Euro player that they do kind of it's a community and they take on their pro lifestyle a lot earlier on. But to that point, have you played any players from overseas on the AU circuit? You know what I'm saying? How was that?
Um, I don't know if I've played any players from overseas, but I do know we got our big. He's from originally from South Sudan. His name's Kuwal. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's from South Sudan, but he lives in Savannah.
Okay. Yeah. The boys, yeah. The world definitely got put on notice after this year's Olympics, and I definitely seen his highlights. He can go for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? Back to the weekend, y'all went 4-1. You know what I'm saying? Tough game against Tennessee, even though y'all came back and won, just showing their resilience. But I was saying, talking to a coach, I believe, and this group has really been together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just kind of grown together, you know what I'm saying? And y'all seem to be one of the top teams in 3SSB. So just talk about the journey from getting to now with 85.
Well, so look, we have 8 players on our team, and our only new player this year is the big man I was talking about, Kuwal.
Mm-hmm.
All other 7, they've been here since 15U. So we really we've grown together, and like every year we've got better. So like 15U, we were just learning on how to play together for real. 16U, we kind of hit our stride, and 17, we trying to make a big splash.
100%. So on the circuit, man, what is Mikehi's personal goals for this summer?
Well, I definitely want to shoot 40% from 3 on the circuit.
Okay.
Um, for sure, win the whole thing. Though. That's probably the biggest thing. Win the whole thing, get to Rock Hill, compete in front of all the coaches.
100%. So for the manifestation of everything, get to Rock Hill, let's say only one loss. Is there a school that you're dying to play in front of? Like, man, if they see me play, could be a dream school. I know they're gonna offer me, and this is exactly where I've been dreaming about going.
I say like Florida State.
Florida State, really?
That's probably my dream school.
Why? Break it down.
Well, I say Florida State or Kansas.
Or can okay.
Kansas because that's where I'm from. I'm originally from Kansas. That's where I was born. And Florida State, I've just always been watching them. I'm a Seminole fan. You know, I root for them in football too. So it's like, it's just a school I've been really liking.
For sure. Nah, it's been tough. It's been tough road for the Seminoles for sure. You know what I'm saying? Football side, I got cheated out the playoffs, and then basketball wise, there's been some little funny things with the NIL. But nonetheless, that is your team. Now I definitely respect that, brother. So switching back to the high school side, man, Coach Black, definitely one of the best coaches in the state of Georgia, in my opinion. X's and O's, you know what I'm saying? Great motivator of young men. You know what I'm saying? Just what has he meant to you as your growth and your development on the court?
I think he's really been, like you said, he's really been like encouraging. I think he puts me in, like he really puts me in. He puts me in front of people that I didn't think I would be in front of in the first place. So like, if I'm playing well, like he's gonna broadcast me. He's gonna put me out to all the people in his phone. So it's like I'm getting that exposure just because he's really well connected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Kind of like a second father figure, pretty much.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, he's a really good coach. Yeah.
I got you for sure. So, what for you personally, if you put any thought into it, what are some principles that align with you?
In what way?
Like principles. So, I'm a like for me, I say I'm a leader. You know what I'm saying? A leader, not only a leader of myself, a leader of my family. I don't honesty, you know what I'm saying? Move with, you know what I'm saying? Move, good intentions, you know what I'm saying? If you put any thought into that, what are three principles that represent you?
I definitely say like hard work. That's
Okay.
definitely one. I say being a leader, not just being a leader, like not being a follower. So like not getting into like that stuff or like bad things or straying away from like the right path.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also say honesty. That's a pretty big one with me.
I got you. Honestly, those are definitely big ones. I would also ask you, brother, what in the past 3 days, man, or just in life, you know what I'm saying? You're a teenager, and this could be game for any other kids that may watch this as well. Um, how do you go about, you know what I'm saying, maintaining those principles when you get, you know what I'm saying, you're getting shelled,
Mm.
so many things are being thrown at you right now, you know what I'm saying, and on your, you know, say journey to becoming a young man. So how do you um, fight against temptation?
I think you just gotta keep the main thing the main thing. So like, in whatever you're trying to do, you gotta keep that like really as a priority, and like all the things that's happening around you, you gotta really be able to block it out. It's gonna be hard because like everybody's doing this and everybody's doing that, but if you want to get to where you want to be at, you just gotta remove yourself from it.
Great answer, brother. And my next question to you is, I'm saying you're elite, brother. You know what I'm saying? You've been elite probably for the past 2 years. What is your
Thank you.
schedule like? Yes, sir, most definitely. What is your schedule like? Are you up at 5:30 or 6? What I'm saying, when does your day start and when does your day end, and how many times do you train throughout the week?
All right. So I wake up probably about 5:30 ish. Get to the gym at 6. I work out from like 6 to 7:30, 7:40 ish. And then I got like a full day of school really. And then after school is over, I do a weight room workout. And then that's from probably from like 4 to like 5 ish. And then
Okay.
probably from like 5:30 to 6:30, I shoot before I work out with my teammate and my coach.
So you do
And
you
then
eat about
after
3. Go ahead, my bad.
I get about two at least two or three workouts a day. Yeah. And then after that, I probably go home, do some homework, and then repeat the next day.
5 days, 6 days.
5 days, and then most of the time on the weekends we're busy with like traveling and stuff. So I gotta get what I can when I'm on the weekends.
No, absolutely. What's like the most outside of obviously winning the game? What's the most rewarding thing about playing on a big circuit and traveling almost every weekend out of spring to something?
I think I think outside of the basketball part, I think it's just building like a relationship with the people on your team.
Mhm.
I think that's really important. Like those are people I'm gonna see like for the rest of my life. Really,
Yeah,
I'm gonna always be in like a circle with them. Like we're gonna be playing college basketball together. So
sure. What's your personality on the team, man? I know, I know a couple of the guys on the team. I seen Trey. Trey, I could tell what type of Trey probably that guy. You know what I'm saying? He definitely making everybody laugh. I know Jalen probably chill, but he pop in, pop out. But I'm saying, what type of energy are you bringing to the squad?
I say like I don't know. I be making jokes. No one really be finding them funny. I be telling corny jokes, but I mean, I thought I'm really just like a chill guy. I don't really do too much, just kind of chill a little bit.
100%, man. I see you got the merch on, brother. It's exclusive. You know what I'm saying? So, what's your favorite Adidas shoe to hoop in? You like the hardest, which is tough.
I like the new Hardens, Harden 9s.
Yeah.
Those are nice. Those comfy for sure.
And you know what I'm saying, you committing blasphemous right now because you know what I'm saying, you on 85. I expect you to say, nah, I like the 85s, man. I gotta stick with my
guy. That's a close second though.
I like good cover up, bro. For sure. What team are you most excited to play on the circuit? I know you want to see the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? You could want to see Team Loader United, but you know what I'm saying, in your opinion, who you want to see?
Game Elite.
Game Elite. I forgot about Game Elite. Yeah, why?
Mm-hmm. It's a big time program, and we're a big time program, so it's like it's gonna be a good game. It's like a rivalry game. We beat them in the Battle for Georgia, and we took the belt, so it's gonna be like a high stake game whenever we see them. So
that's a fact. I did forget about that. That's definitely gonna be one to see, man. For the people who's tuned in, you know what I'm saying, definitely buy that day pass or whatever this pass is on 3SSB to definitely watch the live stream. If you're not out of the state to watch these boys on the road, but I also got to ask you, man. You hooping in Pacelli, man. You know what I'm saying. People who don't know, they don't understand this. What type of powerhouse that is on the independent scene, but you know, I'm sure this summer you're probably getting called, hey, come play for us up here on the north side of Georgia. But just your loyalty, man. Why are you so locked in with Pacelli?
My coach Black, he was always like you got to build something, and like he built the program from they went 0-22 to winning the state championship. So it's like he really built something, and I feel like I can like make a legacy and leave something great. I can win 3 times in a row. So, and nobody has done that at Pacelli. So nobody went back to back, and we did that. So I feel like I can win 3 times in a row as like a leader and the main guy on the team.
Gotcha. So are y'all returning? Y'all returning a lot of seniors, right?
Oh, sir.
Are y'all returning a lot of players from last year's championship team?
Oh yeah. 3 of the main 4 are returning.
3 of them. Oh yeah, you good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be fine.
What way are you trying to grow as a person to be a better teammate this upcoming season?
I think I need to be more vocal, just like really tell people like expectations that we have and like how they need to meet them. Because maybe last year I might let too much slide because we had our seniors to like really put people in place. But like that's got to be me this year because I'm gonna be the senior. So
I got you. That's big, brother. So what kind of exercises, you know what I'm saying, if you don't mind sharing, that you're doing to kind of, you know what I'm saying, just be more vocal?
I definitely say kind of just going out my way to talk to people. Like I feel like I'm a person that's like I don't really like, I'm not an introvert, but I do stay to myself a little more. So going out my way to talk to people and just seeing what people need and doing what I can to help other people is like I feel like it can help me on the basketball court being a leader.
Gotcha. Is there anybody like an NBA star or somebody on a college level, or you know what I'm saying, anybody in your community that you kind of watch or lean on to, like, this how my style is going to be?
Like style of basketball
Style of like just leadership.
or leadership.
Yes, sir.
Let me think.
Take your time, bro.
Not that I can think of.
All right, for sure. Definitely take that with you, brother. As you grow, just what I'm saying. If not, that's cool too. But just want to throw that out there. I also want to get your opinion on high pressure games. You played in some last year. Definitely gonna be playing in some this upcoming weekend. What are your strategies or routines that help you stay focused in those big moments? Bless
you. Thank you. I think when you get in those like situations, you got to really lean back on what you do every day. So if you know you're not putting in work, the pressure's gonna get to you. But if you are putting in work, you can lean back on it and just like fall back into a routine, basically. Like this is gonna happen, so you can go down, knock down these free throws because you knock down that many free throws in practice. So I feel like the more work you put in, the less pressure it is.
And so when you're at the line or when you're at the wing and got to knock down the big shot, that's what you kind of lean on. That calms you down. That slows the heartbeat down for you. You don't really do any kind of like breathing routines, nothing like that.
No, I kind of just it's like I know what I had to do. It's kind of like that.
Do you get nervous at all? Or you know what I'm saying, pretty even?
Sometimes I feel like I don't really get nervous in the game. I feel like I kind of have more. I'm kind of more anxious before the game starts. Just ready to get the game going. And when the tip off comes, it's just like it's time to play now.
Okay, I like that, brother. Even kill. What type of music do you listen to pregame, if you don't mind me asking?
I listen to all types of music before the games. For real. Sometimes I might go rap music, like some Atlanta music. Other days I might go country. It's a little bit of everything.
Diverse.
Yeah.
But so then let me get your like top. Let's do simplistic top 3 artists that you listen to, or just who you listen to all the time, across all genres.
Okay. So top 3 from each genre,
Artists.
or just top 3.
Top 3, whichever you want to do, man, because I know the people would definitely be interested in hearing for sure.
I can go top 3 from like rap and then like pop music and country.
All right, sure. Let's hear it.
So rap music, I'd probably say that's a good question. I can check my phone real quick.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
Yeah. That's a good question. I probably say I definitely say Young Thug.
Okay, number 1.
Young Thug number 1 for sure. And then probably Rilo.
Rilo. So Ralo, or you talking about Rilo from Birmingham or from Montgomery?
From Montgomery.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll probably say Rack Baby.
Man, I don't know who that is. Who's that?
Yeah, like an Atlanta artist.
Okay.
Yeah. I say country music though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go definitely Morgan Wallen at the top. You know, he makes some good music. I can't lie. And then I say Warren Zeters.
Okay.
And then Jason Aldean.
Classic. I know little Jason. I don't know the other 2, but I know Aldean for sure.
A little bit. And then I'm not gonna say pop music. I'm gonna do a little R&B. I'm gonna go Tyrese.
Classic.
Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
And Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. For sure. I know your mom been playing some Mary J. That's the only reason why you gonna do Mary J. So let me get favorite Mary J. song, and I gotta go back to Thug because you know what I'm saying, you got that Jeff look. So Mary J. and Young Thug song. Favorite song for those 2.
I know my favorite Mary J. Blige song is Family Affair.
Family Affair. Okay.
I like that one. And Young Thug, it's a lot to pick. I say Surf.
Surf.
Cause that's my ringtone. So I hear that one all the time.
Surfing, okay, for sure. I like that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. So how'd you feel about, you know what I'm saying, his latest song with Future? You know what I'm saying? You think it's a classic or just something that he just came out with?
Well, when that one just dropped?
It's only been like maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, I ain't even heard it yet.
You been in the gym, bro. You know what I'm saying? No
Yeah,
pressure.
I ain't even heard that. I gotta listen to it after this.
For sure, man. All good, brother. Let's see. We're all right. So we talked about you being a leader. We talked about you being at St. Pacelli. I gotta ask you, brother, what would you prefer? What would you rather do? Would you rather dunk on somebody for the game, or would you rather shoot some from 30 to go up one and have to come back on the other end of the court and play defense?
So dunk on somebody for game, or
Or shoot
I dunk on somebody for game. That's game over. A walk off dunk is crazy.
walk off dunk? Yeah, that is crazy.
That's kind of crazy. I
Like
do
fast
that.
break.
I do that.
Let's see. So let me get your favorite players all time right now. Just top three.
Top three.
Top three players all time.
I'm gonna go LeBron first, and then Michael Jordan next. Respect. And then third, I'm gonna go Tim Duncan.
Tim.
Tim Duncan. Big
Why
fundamental.
Tim?
Big fundamental. You know, he real best power forward of all time. First of all, so like, there's not that many better than him if he's not three. So he's definitely top five.
Top five?
Top five.
All time.
All time.
I don't know, brother. I like Tim. I have to think about that. Tim is tough. He's underrated for sure. That's somebody that people kind of overlook because he's fundamental, but he used to give Bron them hell in Miami for sure.
Facts.
You must watch a lot of his film.
I used to watch a lot of his film for sure. Back when I was playing big.
What's
trying to take some of his footwork.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you still use his footwork drills, you know what I'm saying? Then, yeah.
For sure. Yes, sir.
What's your go-to move on the court?
I'd probably say like a rocker step. A rocker jab step. That's probably like a go-to. Just like try to get to the basket, get to my pull-up.
Okay. Do you feel like the pull-up is a dying move in basketball, or do you feel like there's still some life?
I think there's definitely some life. Like everybody on my team use the mid ranges a lot, so it's like we take a lot of mid ranges. Like it's not just shoot threes, get to the basket. It's like that's really a part of our games. So
All right, I got another hot one for you, brother. So on your team, if you had to pick two other guys for a 3v3 tournament that your lives depended on, I'm saying, who you gonna pick, bro?
I'm picking Bobby.
Bobby.
That's a good one.
They said we like to make him come on the show, ladies and gentlemen, make him think.
Maybe Bobby and Jalen.
Bobby and Jalen. Okay, you want big bodies.
We got some good size. Yeah.
Put me on. Which one is what's Bobby's last name, real quick?
Bugs.
Bobby Bugs. That's a guard.
He's shifty, real shifty guard.
He got locks too, right?
No.
Yeah, I see his profile right here. Yeah. From Dutchtown. Okay. For sure. All right. Yeah, he can go for sure. He's quick. All right, man. Before we let you go, as we wrap and kind of come to a close, I gotta ask you, man. What are some of your aspirations beyond the game of basketball, man? What are you passionate about?
Like some of my hobbies and stuff.
Yes, yeah, some hobbies or anything that you feel passionate about. Yeah, just some hobbies. Yeah, that's a good one.
I like to paint. Yeah, I do like painting and doing puzzles. I don't have that much time for it now, but earlier in the year I was doing a lot of puzzles when I was just around the house and whatnot. And then I really like I really want to go get a job in cybersecurity when I'm done playing basketball. So
My man,
that's something I'm interested in.
for sure. So before we get to the cybersecurity, that's big. You an artist? Are you like you just casual? You know what I'm saying? I throw a
Yeah,
little something up.
it's
Okay.
pretty casual. Pretty casual.
I had to ask. You might be the next. You might be the next Bosky. You know what I'm saying? I had to. You got to put you on, brother. You got art like that for sure. But cybersecurity, man. What drew you to cyber? I mean, I know we're kind of shifting to that way in terms of life. But was there anything else that made you
I
want to go
took
down?
a I took an AP computer science class and at Pacelli, and that really like I don't know, I really kind of piqued my interest. Like I had never thought of it. I was kind of really leaning more towards like sports medicine, but
Mhm.
cause I had never like really sat down and thought about anything else. But that was a really interesting class, and I've been doing research on it, so it's something I really want to do.
What's the biggest thing you took away from that class? Was it how to code, how to hack? You know what I'm saying? I know that's interesting.
I said probably taught how to code and how to problem solve because like that's it's a lot to look at. And when you looking at like code and it's just a bunch of numbers, and you got to know like where to look and how to fix it when it actually comes to that point.
That's dope, man. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? That's big, brother. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, I'm super happy for you. I hope I know it's gonna work out for you because you got a great head on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And you're from Columbus and you go to Chile. So I'm saying it's up for sure.
So
So is there anybody that you want to shout out, man? That you want to give their flower, give your flowers to?
um, I say I'm shout out two people. I'm gonna shout out three actually. Shout out my mom. Her name's Sharon. Yeah, she really just help keep me straight. I say shout out our our basketball coach at Pacelli, Coach Thomas, Coach CJ. Yeah, and then I say shout out my aunt Nani too.
Shout out to Auntie for sure, man. That's a great list of people right there, brother. You know what I'm saying we definitely appreciate you coming on the show. We'll definitely chop this up and throw this out, get you some exposure, man. Best of luck because you got big goals. I hope y'all exceed them with 85 and go kill some this upcoming tournament, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, yes sir. Thank you.
For sure.
All right.
Peace and blessings.
Yes sir. Okay.
All good, brother. All
All
good,
right.
man. Good. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, man. Mikehi Williams, man. Not only is he a basketball player, but he's a man of the arts. You know what I'm saying? The brother might be the next Picasso, but if he decides to designate his put his mind to it, but he is a future computer science, possibly major, but definitely get at him on Twitter. Kids blowing up, you know what I'm saying? He just talked about it, just the dedication, getting up at 5:30 to go work out at 6, at least working out 2, possibly 3 times a day. That's a different hunger. It takes discipline and everything you're doing, but we're not going to beat the past, man. But a great young man down there in Pacelli, right under your nose, down there in Columbus, Georgia, man. It's a lot of talent coming out of that community and that school. So as I buy time for our second guest to come on, let me actually see what he's got going on. And for my co-host Najee Wilkins, we're gonna talk about. Let me hit. Still good to come on. We're gonna talk about some NBA news real quick because I know that's what people's dying to hear. Let's see how many people we got on live right now as we speak. Cool 16. I appreciate y'all tuning in nonetheless. So we're gonna talk about he just hit me back. Reacted. Still good to come on. All right. So last night the Boston Celtics got upset after being up 20 over going against the Indiana Pacers, man. As we look at when you look at the box score, you can't help but like, come on, Jason. We thought you was at 1. the leader of this team to get us over the hump. Not excuse, not Indiana against the Knicks, losing by 1 point, 91 to 90. I believe he shot 9 for 25 that game, or 5 for 19, 1 for 5 for 3. Now, you know what I'm saying? I know. Hold on, let me see what's going on. I hear some sounds. What's up, brother? How long you been on?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Just tapping in to see what's going on. So excited for this. Excited to chop it up with you and get some good convos going.
Nah, most definitely. I believe Nas should be on in a couple seconds. He's on his way back from a spring practice. But brother, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. Just go ahead and introduce yourself to the people and let them know what you're about, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Jerron Pierre Mathurine. You might see me on the socials under Mathurine Agency. Just a little play on my name. I like to get out there. I like to scout talent, scout young talent. Try to find the next future of sports, hoops wise. Just trying to get out there and give some guys exposure that might be overlooked, might get underappreciated a lot. But just all in all, just a big sports fan in general. I love basketball, I love football, I love soccer. So just love keeping the ear to what's going on in sports. Always just seeing what's new social medias out there, the new up and coming players and prospects and things like that. So just a guy that loves sports and then loves talking about it, love harping about it a little bit, asking questions, trying to see what other people are thinking and things like that. So just a sports guy all throughout, man.
Nah, JP does a lot in the community, as he just said, man. Always out at the OTR events is definitely where you can find him out doing some of the best. I'm saying doing the best write-ups in the game for sure. But brother, say you're on the AAU scene, you got a big beat on the basketball post in the state of Georgia. You see some international kids. So what would be your thoughts on just the debate of Euro players versus American players? Might be on mute, brother. Take another sip of my Rise coffee. If it's not the mute, try going out and coming back in. That might be what's going on. But I lost your audio. All right, hit it one more time. Yeah, now you're off. There we go. I think I heard you. Try saying something, brother. Just a little technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Things like this happen on the occasion, but nonetheless, definitely stick around. Like I said, JP writes for On the Radar, man. One of the probably the biggest evaluators with talent in the state of Georgia. So definitely stay tapped in as he gets everything situated. I'm going to go over his page to kind of let y'all know kind of a little bit about what he does. Excuse me. Let's see. So let's see. Now, if you're not busy, just share my screen. But if you're driving, and I definitely understand, brother. But I'm gonna share it. I think he's on. All right, here we go. So he was at last week's Summer Jam. Top hero. He did a nice piece on the top performers. He's got a heavy beat to the WNBA scene. I was going to ask him about that as well. If I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, brother's back. You know, so I was on the
Yeah.
phone.
And that's what it's like. As you talk about the WNBA scene and kind of just like my feet on the circuits and being around, it's just like funny how over time you start seeing things. So like you might see me post a lot about Cheyenne Sellers, but she went ahead. She went and did 4 years at Maryland. She's out of the Ohio area. She was drafted by the Las Vegas Valkyries second round, got
Mm-hmm.
cut, but she ended up getting picked up by the Dream, and it's so funny because like I'm very big on like kind of going back and touching on what I talked about, and I actually saw Cheyenne Sellers 10th grade. She came through with her AAU team at the CNN Center. It was a big tournament. A lot of big names were there, and I was still kind of getting familiar with the female circuit. So to see her go from that 10th grade girl I saw at the CNN Center, she goes her way, I go my way. She does her thing, finishes her high school career strong, does 4 strong years at Maryland, and now she's back in the A playing for the Dream. It's just like wow, like like that's the stuff that like really gets me, and like the type of storylines I love to follow and kind of build from like kind of following that player. Like yo, like I really saw her go from high school to college to a pro athlete. So you kind of those stories is what really makes the game and the whole scouting process and these write ups and the whole thing worthwhile and fun for sure.
Nah, especially 'cause I'm sure she remembers you as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like to say they do or try to. I remember going into her DMs when I first saw her because like when I see a lot of these players, sometimes I start looking them up and I'm like, yo, like there's no way you're not ranked right now and all this stuff. And she had responded and was like, yeah, I actually am ranked. ESPN has a piece on me, blah blah blah. Then 2 days later, I actually saw it. So just the humbleness of some of the players for them to even just respond to DMs, because as they're getting older, as they start building a buzz, those DMs are flooded with all types of offers and coaches and maybe some NIL reps trying to get to them and stuff. So just for them taking those 2 minutes out to respond and all that is also cool part of the whole process as well.
I agree, brother. I think the work you and I do, and as well as others, it's not always glamorous, but it definitely it definitely does a lot for the kids, man. I'm saying, getting exposure. Cause like I'm sure if you get it all the time, some of the pieces you write on these kids, man, college coaches see it or to see the videos, like I need to check this kid out, and that's all. That's all due to the work. I'm saying, you do on a grassroots level.
Right, for sure, and it's definitely good feeling. Like you said, you helping these coaches out. Some of these coaches and teams that you grew up being a fan of, being a watching and stuff like that. You're rubbing shoulders with these guys in tournaments now. You walk into a Lake Point during the live period. I got some pictures on my phone of some of the high profile coaches. Shaka Smart. I got pictures of Coach K. I rubbed shoulders with Coach Izzo at Michigan State. Just so all those guys being out there, and they are like you said, sometimes a thankless job. Maybe you might not feel like you're not getting the credit you deserve, but like they always say, those coaches, they're reading, they're watching, those assistants, they're tapping into all those pages, your videos, the highlights they watch. I've heard them verbatim from coaches tell content creators and media guys like, yo, I'm going to your page for X, Y, and Z, or I saw a couple of highlights off your page, so they're definitely watching, man.
Now, that's big, man. I gotta. I hate to, saying to break it up, but I gotta ask you about Mikehi, man. I know you've been seeing this game. We just had him on, great young man from Columbus. Going to probably set that DJ circuit on fire with a 85. But when you saw him, what I'm saying, what was your initial thoughts? First glance.
And this is you said this is Mikehi.
Mikehi Williams, 85 from Bocelli with the goggles. I know you can't forget the goggles.
Dog. Oh yeah, yeah. He's one of those guys, real polished guy. Okay, I think you're talking about big body dude.
6'6".
Played 6'6" what again?
6'6", got the locks. Probably with the head.
Yeah,
Where's the headband? Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about. Young kid. He was real cool. Like I said, when I was getting his info post game, and like I said, you could still see the rawness. But what I like about bigger dudes, like you can be raw, but as long as you like 6'6", 6'7", I know you can dunk. You flushing everything around the rim. You're playing with that aggressiveness. I'm taller than everybody, so I might not have the skill set offensively, but I can affect the game, blocks, rebounds, my reach, altering shots. Guys might think they have a clean pull up. Here comes my 6'9" wingspan, just messing up your whole flow. So just as long as he continues to put the pieces together, work on his craft, keep adding to his game, keep watching, watching more games, watching players that he likes, watching players that he might feel like he's molding his skill set after, and just falling in love with the process. He can be a big time player for sure.
Nah, definitely. I told him the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a big summer for him. He say his dream schools are Florida State. I'm like, but you know what I'm saying? Bud loves the Seminoles football and basketball, and Kansas, where he's originally from. So that was definitely news to me. But back to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? What originally got you into this? You know what I'm saying? Covering the game. I know you used to do some work for SUTV as well.
So yeah, like I always like to say, it's really funny, man. Like the whole Mathurine agency, that whole name came about just fantasy football, bro. Like not even gonna lie to you. I'm in a group chat right now with some guys I went to middle school with actually. Like one of my friends in the chat, he's what got me started with this whole thing. But he was a Duke fan, and I remember in middle school he was jumping in the hallway screaming out Duke, and I don't know what I had watched or what I saw, but I was like UNC, just trying to like mess with him and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't even know they were big time rivals. Then like I said, I'm just a kid, just watching, just whatever. Come to find out, or later on that year, we're chopping it up, talking about sports. UNC goes on to win the title. That was the year they had Raymond Felton, Sean May, those pieces, things like that. So over the years, just me and this dude, we've been chopping it up. We play fantasy sports. We would chop up ideas with each other, like, yo, I think this dude is pretty good. Like he might do X, Y, and Z. A couple years later, it pans out. He does the same thing. It pans out. So we keep going, like, yo, all right. So I get to college, I get to high school, I start, seeing high level athletes, getting close to them, seeing what it really looks like. So I go to Valdosta State, 2010. I start working with a company, In the Game magazine. That year they had me follow Tifton. Same thing. I don't really know much about Tifton, small South Georgia school. Coach is lit, the atmosphere is lit. I'm talking to the friends about him. Season goes on, Tifton goes on to win the state title. And that's the year they had Todrick Jackson, really changed the landscape of South Georgia hoops and bringing eyes to them. So again, just kind of chopping it up with friends and throwing stuff in the atmosphere, throwing stuff out there, and then really seeing it stick. It's like, yo, I can really do something with this. Or if I really lock in and kind of, put some work around it, I can really do something. So years go by, the Twitter page is out. I got countless players that I've seen at one level and then watched them go to the next. And, I have countless sports stories about like, oh, I call this, I call that. So after seeing that kind of build up over time, you made me feel like, I can really go out there and actually do this. Like I can actually add to the community. I can add to the sports thing. I can add to the brand and, be a voice myself.
That's tough. Now, so you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Definitely, not gonna say OG in the game because you're still young, brother. Now I don't never want them
Yeah.
saying
Oh
age,
no, for
aging
sure.
man, for sure. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You definitely seen some historic things for sure. So, in your opinion, what goes into really evaluating, engaging an athlete or just engaging their team and knowing like this is a team that could possibly do something?
So like they say, a lot of things you're gonna hear me say is gonna sound repetitive, but it's like the main thing. Like a lot of kids don't understand that coaches, like, they watch everything from the way you go to get water, how you talk to your
Mm.
team, how you wear your uniform, everything, bro. So it's like, so that's why I like to say, like, I like to get there before the game, and I like to see how you warm up. Like I'm already gauging my interest in you from warm ups. So I'm watching how you doing the layup lines. Are you throwing down some dunks? Are you just, two-handed jams just to get warm up, or are you Casey Williams, who was at Norcross a couple years ago? This dude was out here doing windmill dunks in warm up, about to break the rim almost. It's just like, that's how you come in warm ups. So let me lock in. Let me lock in. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I'm watching how you warm up, how you dap your plays up. Are you loud? Are you controlling the warm ups and pregame stuff? Are you the one? Let's do some high knees. Let's stretch. Are you leading the stretches? You know what I'm saying? Are you being that leader off rip? Then as the game goes on, I'm watching how you play. Are you defending hard? Are you vocal on the court, both sides of the ball? Like I said, one of my write-ups from a couple of tournaments ago, I can't think of his name right now, but for EYA, He was a point guard. He's on the court. He's analyzing the defense. He looked at his coach. He was like, let's run 13, let's run 13. So it's like, most players on the court as a guard, you're waiting to hear your coach call a play. You're waiting to do that. But are you taking that initiative to read the defense? You win the tip off, you get into that half court offense. Are you calling out the defense? Are you calling things out like that? So are you communicating? Your aggressiveness level. Are you playing hard? Are you fighting for the loose balls, diving on the floor? Like I said, you 6'5" in transitions. Are you throwing it down? Or are you coming up 6'5", just doing a little jelly layup? Like all the little things, the little details. I'm just trying to see like what separates you to where like, all right, no, like at the end of the game, I need you. I need to get a write up on you. I need your info type thing. So like once I formulate everything and put it all together, I always say like my standouts and whoever gets a write up from me is a player who I can take like right now. If I'm ready to go hoop, we're ready to go run fives, and I need a war, can I bring you right now? No questions asked, and that's usually kind of once they check all the boxes, how I do my evaluations from there.
100%, man. We got a brother. We got 100. I think we got 120 in here live. You know what I'm saying? I know you may have not met Najeh before, but this is the good brother Najeh Wilkins, man. You know what I'm saying? The king of the show.
What's going on, brother? I think you follow me on X, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I follow a lot of you guys. Like I said, I'm one of those too. Like I'm not worried about the follow count, followers, all that. If you're talking good stuff, I can learn from you. I'm following your page. I'm putting the notifications on. I'm trying to learn it all, man. I'm trying to learn it all.
100%, brother. Quick question for you. Obviously, you're talking about the write-ups and kind of how you analyze how people warm up and stuff like that as it caught the tail end as it came in. What's kind of like your purpose? Obviously, what was your motivation behind what you do? You obviously do a great job. You have great write-ups on these kids. Just what's your motivation behind what you do?
It's just that freedom and just finding a lane to where like I know I can work in sports full time. That's my motivation right there. Come from a single parent home, not really trying to throw that out there, but my mom, she's Caribbean, old school, so like all that extra stuff doesn't matter to her. Am I doing what I need to do? My grades are right. Am I maintaining a good job? All that stuff is cool, but I'm trying to show her like it doesn't have to always be that corporate, America flow. Like there is an outlet in sports. Yeah, we all have we want to be the NBA player, NFL player, but then we find out there's agents, there's player personnel, there's coaches, there's area scouts that can go out and just go to different schools all day and make good money, support a family, all that, just watching sports all day. So that's my motivation, is to get in the position to where I can do this full time and give back as much as I can. Just lock in full time watching sports all day and getting paid for it. Like I don't see any life better than that right now.
And then my last one, I throw it back to Bacon. Just any advice, brother? I mean, you sound kind of like us. You kind of navigate in this space by yourself, as you said. Not to bring it up, but single parent household, strict mother, Caribbean, whatever. What would you say is advice for guys that want to kind of not necessarily be the best of the best or whatever, but to get to a point where you kind of are? You're known. You're talking about how you had the relationship with the college coaches. Coach K, Shaka Smart, being able to talk to those guys. They're following your page to hear about these athletes. What would you say to them?
Just don't be scared. Just do it, man. Like go out there, go to the tournaments. Put on you got a brand, rep your brand, go out there, walk into those rooms like you belong, navigate like you belong. Believe it or not, these coaches are very open. They're very friendly. They want to talk. They want to have those convos. They want people to come up to them. They want to, hear your basketball acumen. So chop it up. Like, don't be scared. Don't be scared to reach out. Don't be scared to connect. Like I said, the social media world, people worried about followers. Oh, did this person follow me? I'm going to follow that person. Follow that coach. Hop in that DM. Like, if you just do it, man, because the work at the end of the day, the days add up, the work adds up, and then stuff like this happens. Like I'm sitting here at my regular job, scrolling the pages, doing what I'm doing, and then boom, Bacon hits me up. Let's chop it up, get you on the stream, let's do this. So like I said, people, once you get out there and put in the work, you will have an audience. People will be watching your work, and just keep going from there. So you get one person, you get one follower, one fan under your work. That's all you need, and just go from there. Keep adding the days and just keep doing it because they will add up. The companies will call to get you on their team. They will want you to work for them. The AAU teams will want you to come out to practices. Yo, I got this guy. You know, you getting early drops on players and things like that. So just keep building relationships. Keep your name clean. Don't be scared to approach people. Don't be scared to talk to people, and just do it, man. Just all you need is an iPhone, a camera at the post game. Like I said, like I don't know these coaches. I don't know a lot of these chaperones, but post game, 00s hit. You know, head up. I walk on the court. Yo, you might get your picture real quick. Get some info from you. They get you the info, get the name, get their Twitter pages, and boom, follow them. Do the write-ups. And now, like you said, you following the players, retweet their work. You might be the guy that's helping them get looks. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be scared to retweet it. You might think this guy is him, but another guy, you know, I got stories about that too. Like, I'm a big Terrence Edwards fan. And I know I've talked to a lot of coaches that were telling me, like, you know, he might not be ready for this level. He might not be ready for this level. My dude's an ACC, you know, defensive player of the year type deal, you know, second team All-American ACC, all that. So you got to believe in, you know, put in the work, believe in yourself. And that way, when you selling these, like when you trying to put your work out there, you know what you're talking about. People know you know what you're talking about because you put in the work.
For sure. Hey, Big, I want to say this. I didn't get a chance to really interview Gerard, man, but it seems like a very astute and esteemed brother. I would love to have him on and get into a full 30 minutes. Man, it's hard for an interview, but I would love to do a full breakdown with him, man. He knows his stuff, and he seemed like a good brother to connect with. So if we can, let's get him back on soon.
You got time next week, brother?
Yeah, I'm down next week. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Yeah, it is, brother. For sure. We'll see you next week in the pod. For the short time. You know what I'm saying? Miscalculated my time sense, but next week for sure we're gonna give you your full just due, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I'll try to shorten the answers up a little bit too, but you know, I love this stuff, man. I love the convos. I love it all, bro. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Much love, brother.
See you next week, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all take care.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So that's gonna do it, obviously, for Gerard, man. Like I said, very astute brother. Let's bring him on next week, man. Get a full hour breakdown, man. But I got my guy in the background waiting, man. So let's go ahead and bring him on, man. He got the YouTube kind of going crazy right now, man. So what's going on, Myles?
What's going on? How y'all?
Doing good, brother. Appreciate you coming on, man. How was school, man?
It was good. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. So Bacon, crazy enough, man. I met Myles. This just goes back to relationships, man. Just, you know, you just never know. I went to Macintosh practice, no BS yesterday. See Myles in the car, man. He was like, yo, you know, you here to see so-and-so. And I was like, nah, man, I just came to check him out, you know, see what was up. And we just started chatting. He was like, oh, yeah, I play ball here, man, and think about this, that. And then before I know, I was like, bro, let's bring you on the pod, man. And he was like, you know, it's not a whole bunch of people that come to Macintosh or just, you know, do the different podcast stuff that we do, man. So I just think it was so cool how it all came together. That's kind of the background.
Nah, definitely great story, brother. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know a lot of people are already on here for you, brother, but you know what I'm saying? For the people who don't know you, man, just let them know about your game. Can you hoop? You know what I'm saying? And if so, what I'm saying, what do you like to do on the court, man? What is your role?
Of course. I'm a point guard from Macintosh High School. I'm a true point guard, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I get my teammates in a position to win, score if I had to, assist, get teammates to score, do dirty work, and play defense, you know, like stuff like that.
100%. So true point guard, that means leader of the team, you know what I'm saying? Floor general, you say you do the dirty work too. So that means you get in there, you know what I'm saying, getting the rebounds over the bigs or under the bigs. So just you know what I'm saying, when it comes to just being a floor general, man, what makes a good floor general and what do you do to kind of keep your team, you know what I'm saying, cool, calm, and collected when you gotta go, you gotta get that bucket?
Yeah, I would just say IQ and you gotta be a leader. You know? So like this season, I would say we was very little. So we had to have leaders on the team. If we didn't have no leaders, the season would have been bad because we was so little. We were playing 5'8", Langston Hughes, like big schools with 6'7" guys, and our tallest dude about 6'3". So we just all had to be scrappy, dirty, doing the little stuff that no one really does.
So you 2026, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
I'm 2025. I'm finna graduate this year.
Okay, 2025, man. So just from your vantage point, you know what I'm saying, let the kids know. You know what I'm saying? How does one get on? How does one get seen by college coaches? It's not on the AAU level, because we know you got to go to live peers, but on a high school level, how do you really leave a mark?
I would say Twitter and get your film. Get your film, send it out to coaches. Even if they don't respond, just keep sending film out. Keep sending film out for sure. Because the only way you're going to get looks if you keep sending film, go to camps, just do the little stuff that no one in the background, you know what I'm saying? Like AAU, that's the platform for like to get seen. But if you don't have a good AAU team or you're not on the circuit, just send film out and just see if they reach out to you.
100%. And I want you to add on to that as well. You know what I'm saying? Nas, you know what I'm saying? Nas went to school up there on the north side from Norcross to get a lot more pub than we do down here in Coweta County, you know what I'm saying? Fed. So just talk a little bit about that too. Just, you know what I'm saying? Also battling and getting not seeing a lot of media people down here, man. How do you just you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you gotta talk to like different cameramen. You doing a lot more work than the others, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. I would say I actually was blessed this year because we played a lot of ranked schools like Langston, like I said, Smitty Creek. So we played a lot of ranked schools that had the top players on the team. So camera people was already there. And if like what I did, if I showed out, I just took the shines. So that's what I had to do.
Go ahead, Nash.
Yeah, Miles. So I just want to ask a little bit. Get your vantage point. Obviously, you say use Twitter, use your film. Sometimes guys don't even have Twitters for basketball. Do you, in your opinion, do you think Instagram is a little bit more where it's at? Because I see like you have Slam will kind of get you. If Slam gets you, that obviously goes crazy. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got On the Radar Hoops. You got several just different brands for basketball, but I see a lot of it kind of popping on Instagram. What's just your thoughts on that? Is it better to get kind of exposed on that Instagram platform, or do you think X is better in terms of hoops?
I would say they both do their part because Instagram, I would say, is like your personal account. That way, your friends and college and platform, you know what I'm saying, can like view you. I would say Twitter is for like scouts, assistant coaches. I would just say colleges in general. Like, I feel like Twitter's for college and Instagram's for personal. If that makes sense.
100%, brother. And then for you, you said you were kind of the quintessential point guard. What part of your game, Miles, do you feel like took that big jump this year when you was playing with this team?
I would say my mid-range jump shot and my three ball.
Okay. And then in the summer, what how did you continue to develop that? Were you getting up 100 shots, 300 shots? How did you kind of perfect that?
Yeah, I actually have a gym no one really knows about down here. It's called Triple Threat, and like to shout him out because he let me use the gym anytime I went. It was like a half court gym, but he had a shooting machine in there. I would go in there every day, shoot about 1,500 shots a day.
Wow. Okay. So did solo dolo, like you could get in there, you follow your shot, doing it again.
Yes, sir. I would go in there early, like 5 a.m. I would go in there at night. Anytime it was open, he'll let me get in the gym, and I really respect him for that.
100%. Talk about, obviously you talked about the triple threat and him helping you out. How was the coaching for you on the high school level? Not just this past year with McIntosh, but maybe in your career. Obviously with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I would say it's very different from AAU and high school coaching for sure. My high school coaching, I was on we played like I said, we were smaller, so everybody was kind of a point guard on our team. So we moved the ball around. We couldn't really do pick and rolls because pick and roll is really my game. So I had to adjust to that. And when I adjusted to that, it was bread and butter after that.
100%, Miles. And then, for you, obviously you go through the high school, session or whatever. Did you do a lot of AAU when you played high school? Like what were you doing in the summers? Or you just did individual working and got ready for the next season?
I did both because June I did individual because there really wasn't no AAU. And then at July and May and March, that's when I did AAU and I played with EYA.
Got you, EYA. Okay. And then, I played a little bit of hoops. I'm not gonna lie, being 100% transparent, I found it kind of difficult to find AAU teams. I know a lot of people say, well, if you ball, somebody will notice you. But what would you say is maybe the best way to not necessarily go on the biggest circuits, but just to get on the team and be able to, practice and get yourself out there, you think?
I would say it depends on how you try to take the AAU season. If you try to get on the circuit, I would try out for a team. But if you're just trying to develop and get reps, I would get on your local AAU team.
There it is, obviously. And then I just want to talk about a little bit about your teammate that you had in the car with you yesterday, man. Obviously, I know he was probably one of y'all bigger players. What was that, just friendship like with y'all two, playing out kind of your last years together? What did you just enjoy about him as a teammate?
Oh, Jaden, he go to Fayette County. I used to play with him. That's like my best friend. Yeah,
Okay. So did y'all play youth ball together?
we play AAU this year together and
How
last
in last year? How was that, bro?
year. It was definitely like an experience because that's like my brother to me. So we definitely had the chemistry. Pick and roll was there. Everything was there. Like I would definitely.
I think he froze. Okay. Bring him back in just a sec. Oh, I think he's back. All right. You had froze, Miles.
Oh, what I stop at?
You had stopped where you said, kind of like your brother on the court. Y'all were running a lot of pick and rolls. Offense kind of came easy.
Yeah, I would say if I could go to college with him, if we get the same offer, I would definitely do it because it was just so like easy. It was clicking. It was great.
In your opinion, obviously you're a point guard. How important is chemistry off the court and having that translate on the court, making your job easier?
Yeah, I would say that's a big thing. See, at my high school, we had team dinners and stuff like that to get all of us together. I feel like that was a great thing to do because one, like I said, we were small again, so we had to know how each other played and stuff like that. So I would say that's a big impact on the game.
Let me ask you this, Miles, from a media perspective, what can no, I'm not talking big media. I'm not talking about ESPN. I'm not talking about Slam. I'm not talking about none of the big ones, but maybe like local or rising media. What can they do to help guys out like yourself, your teammate, different guys? Just maybe get out there more, in your opinion.
Yeah, like I would say that's very big because as AAU and stuff, I like the write ups because I feel like the write ups get you exposure. Like what was his name before this? He was talking about it because he does it. I really like respect him for doing that because it helped me out a lot too because I was getting write ups and coaches was seeing that. Coaches would evaluate my playing, and I really just respect that for that.
Okay, so for y'all level, because I know obviously we cover a lot of football, so write ups
Yeah,
is really big for basketball.
for sure, for sure.
Okay, how important in your eyes is like photos and then maybe video, or are those on the same kind of level? Again, I'm learning from you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
I
trying to
would
learn how to
say
post better.
I would say photos is kind of like a personal. I would say more videography so they can like see how I play and stuff like that.
Okay, so like a short 1 minute 30 type of clip or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, got you. Last one before I throw it back to Bacon. Um, what are you gonna work on this offseason, man? As you kind of get ready. You picked up. I want to get your reaction. Don't reveal nothing though. Don't reveal nothing. But you got a big offer, obviously, from Emmanuel College. First off, let's talk about the offer and just talk about just your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Obviously about the school and everything.
Yes, sir. I would. So I had actually went to a camp in Emmanuel, and I had balled out, did what I had to do, and then I got an email the next day saying I was offered. I was really blessed because I was like, all the hard work is finally paying off and stuff like that. And I just want to thank the Emmanuel coaching staff and everything, and thank them a lot. And the school, I really like the school a lot. It's small but big at the same time. So I feel like that will help me educational wise.
100%. Real quick, I'm bringing here, Bacon. We got a comment. Not sure this is, but cover more basketball. Hey, we appreciate it. Look, we trying. We do a show every Thursday. We be so wrapped up in football. Me and Bacon went to EYBL last year as well, big circuit. But we trying to get there. I know it's been kind of a process, but we got you. If you come every Thursday night at 8, we doing nothing but hoops. So if we can get you as a supporter, that'd be great. We got you. But go ahead, Bacon.
Sean, Miss Vernetta, man. So brother, back to you, man. Just if you could just touch back on, I'm saying, just just tell us a little bit about more of the, the emotions you felt when when you first got your first offer, brother. What did that mean to you and the family?
The family was very proud because I had offers, but they were really like minor, like post grad D3. And once I got to D2, it was a big jump because they know how much work I put in. They just know how many hours I put in, everything sacrifices I took just to get to the level I am today. I was happy on the inside, but I know I got more work to do and like I can achieve more.
100%. So, are you that type of player, that type of guy? Got that offer, say around noon. I'm not too sure. Did you hit the gym that day, or did you just I'm gonna relax and I'm gonna just celebrate with the people?
I definitely hit the gym.
Yes, sir. That's the answer I'm looking for. So, what is your routine, man? I asked all the hoopers, man. I think you already alluded to you get up early. I think you said 6 or 5:30. But just what's
Yeah,
your routine, man? What time do you get up, and how many workouts do you get in throughout your week or
for
throughout the
sure.
day?
I work out mostly every day. Sometimes it don't got to be a heavy workout. Sometimes I can just put shots up. But if I can't get a triple threat in the morning, I have 2 gym periods in my school, so I usually put up shots in like during the gym periods. Just might as well use my time. And then I got another gym period at 7 period, and I just work on my handles and stuff, the little stuff. And then once I get out of school, I usually go to either there's a park next to my house. I usually go over there and work out in the sun, or I go to Kedron. It's like a recreational center in over here, and I
Mm-hmm.
usually go get runs or work out with my dad or something like that.
I'm sure the legendary runs at Catching Hills, but you know what I'm saying, you in a super affluent area, man. You know what I'm saying, it's easy to hop on the go-kart, you know what I'm saying, hit the trails. How do you stay locked in and just, you know what I'm saying, keep the main thing the main thing? We got so many resources at your disposal.
Yeah, I would say definitely focus. And I think I want to thank my dad because he's got me right mentally. So I want to thank him for that because if it wasn't for him, I would not be locked in. But after I took the role, after what he was saying for so many years, took the role locked in and worked so hard, just come to this.
100%. Who is outside of the household, man? Who was a player that you kind of look to, you know what I'm saying, as a role model? Like I want to shape my game or shape my character like this person.
I would say my old coach, Mr. Manning, because
Okay.
he was my old coach, like younger back in the day, and then he was a teacher. And then when he locked in, he came more of a principal and stuff. So and he still checks on me to this day. So I really would say Mr. Manning.
Mr. Manning, shout out to Mr. Manning. In the Coweta Fair area, man, who was the toughest team, you know what I'm saying, that you went up against down this way?
I would say for sure Sandy Creek.
Okay. Outside of Sandy Creek, my bad.
Outside of Sandy Creek, East Coweta, just because they were so tall.
Yeah. So as a undersized point guard, man. So I noticed, I just watched your film not too long ago. You shoot the ball high, even on the jump side, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you got a solid floater, man. So and that takes time. So just walk me through, you know what I'm saying, how does one develop a good floater with such a high arc like yours?
I would say not as tall as a guard, I would say you have to have a floater mid range game for sure. I would go in the gym, work on a floater, just floater over the dummies, like the orange dummies. I would just go in the gym and work over those, put those like 7 feet, just throw it up, and just till I get a touch. And once you get it, it's repetition at that point.
When do you feel like it turned the corner for you to where you like it was muscle memory?
I would say just keep going in the gym. Like I was in the gym for so long, it was a habit. Once it came a habit, I was good.
100%.
And I was tired of getting my shot blocked. I couldn't take it no more.
Nah, 100%. I agree with you, brother. It's between getting ripped and getting your shot block is probably the two of the most frustrating things on the court.
For sure.
But from your words, man, what does the game of basketball do for you, man? Is it safe haven? What does it do for you, man?
I would say basketball is my life. Cause like I've been playing it since I was so young. It calms me down. It does. Wait. I would say it calms me down. It really brings my like mental state just to like a soothing. Cause once I have a ball in my hand, I'm not thinking about nothing else.
So it's like it's a place where you can just decompress, you know what I'm saying? Kind of let go of the stresses of the world. I like that, brother.
For sure.
A safe haven.
Safe haven.
Safe haven.
It's a therapy area on hardwood, for lack of better words.
For sure.
What are your favorite hoop shoes, man? Kyrie's off of muscle. He said Kyrie's.
Kyrie Hooper then. Yeah.
News or olds?
Both. I like both.
Okay. If it's your last game, you know what I'm saying, what Kyrie shoe you wearing, and what two teammates are you taking to play a 3v3 tournament with? You know what I'm saying, if your life depended on it.
Kyrie shoe, I will wear either I like the all black Antas he has. I would definitely wear those because they so light. And then 2 teammates, I would go one Jaden. That's the person you saw in the car. And then I'll do Mark.
Mark. Okay.
He was on my basketball team this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, for sure. So a couple more, and I'll throw it back to Najeh as well. If you weren't playing basketball, what would you be doing, brother?
Fishing.
Fishing. Okay. What's the biggest fish you done caught, man?
I caught a carp behind my grandma's house. Yeah, it was a big. It snapped my line. It was big, the biggest fish I caught.
For sure. So basketball, fish kind of go hand in hand. Kind of go hand in hand. Got to be patient. You know what I'm saying? To really fish in, you got to be patient to work through the games to perfect it. My last question before I throw it to Najeh is what other aspirations outside of obviously fishing that you just alluded to and basketball that you pursue?
I would say my education, because my mom's a teacher, so education in my household is pretty big. So I would say my education.
Any specific subject?
Math, big math guy.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Naj.
So what's that major gonna be? We thinking
I'm going
engineering. What we thinking?
financial, because I want to learn about money.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Bacon, I'm beat you to punch because you always ask kids this. So you like math. So do you know about? I don't want to say accounting, but do you know about investing, like making your money work for you?
Yes, because my dad does that actually, so I do it with him.
Okay. All right. So I don't want to dive too much into it, but what's maybe one of your favorite companies you and your dad have maybe learned about?
The Braves. We invested in the Braves.
Okay.
And that was one of the biggest ones. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Smooth. Have you been to a game?
Of course.
Well, what you like about just the team, the atmosphere, the battery, everything the Braves got going on as an investor?
I would say they upgraded so much. I feel like it's great. Even if they're not winning or like, it's just a great environment. It's just like if you want to leave the house or go do something fun, I would definitely like go to a Braves game because it's so amped up. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Last thing on obviously finance about what advice you would give others, man, that may be sleeping on it, but not our age, your age. Like I feel like a lot of people don't know about it. What advice would you maybe give them about it?
About the Braves?
No. Just about investing,
No,
maybe making more money work for you.
yeah. I would say definitely invest now because we have no clue where the money's going, especially like a couple of years. We don't know if it's going online, Bitcoin.
100%.
I would say definitely learn about it right now because a couple of years we don't know where it's gonna go.
Smart man. All right, man. So back on the court, man. Who are some players you like to watch, or maybe you emulate your game after?
Kyrie Irving, for sure.
What
Kyrie.
for you? What makes Kai so special?
I would say there's no one like him. It's just no one like him. Like his handles, his demeanor. It's just no one like him.
Unique.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. So obviously, Kyrie, you probably think is the best in the game. Who's maybe a young, exciting player that's caught your eye?
Anthony Edwards. Yeah.
Pretty sure that's gonna be a popular answer. Well, what you like about Ed, man?
He got that kill mentality. He going after anyone and everyone. So I would say, yeah, for sure.
For you, why do you think maybe that is so lacked? Maybe with just like the younger generation. Like I feel like Ed's one of those few ones that have that. Not everybody does.
Yeah, I just feel like the younger, and I used to feel this too. I used to feel like it was supposed to be given to us, and it's not that way. You got to work for it. If you really want it, you got to work for it. So like I'm not going to play the victim and act like I didn't feel that way when I was younger. I definitely felt that way. But once my dad got in my head, that's not how it works in the real world. I definitely put the work in.
For you, would you do your journey any different? Some people are like, oh, I wish this would have happened. I wish that would have happened. For you, would you do this journey any different?
I could say yes, but like I feel like everything happens for a reason.
100%. And do you feel like that has maybe created a extra chip on your shoulder, or extra dog in you, knowing that you really had to get it out the mud? You didn't have all these exquisite camps you went to, balling on these circuits. You had to kind of find your own way and path through it.
Yeah, I would definitely chip on my shoulder, and because of my size, and every time I step on the court, oh, he's small, I'm finna take him in the paint. You ain't finna do that to me. I ain't finna let that happen. Cause I'm gonna take you out before you take me.
I love that, man. And then for you, obviously, talk about being undersized. Do you believe a lot of people do? I believe it too. But do you believe defense is just a want to? Like, do you believe
Yes.
it's like you have to want to stay in front of somebody? Like, what do you think is the key to being a really good defender?
I would say you would have like you would want to have to like if you don't want to, then you're just not going to. For me, defense is a big part of my game. I love playing defense. I love diving on the floor for the balls. I love just doing the little stuff. That's like a big factor in my game for sure.
And then Miles, for you, are you a big leader or do you lead by example?
I'm a big leader for sure.
Okay. What are some if you had to say what are some key things you think you have to say or you should do as a leader to resonate with people?
I would say make sure your team is always got their head up and never down. Put them in the right position to win. If coach and like coach, if he's not picking up the players, you got to do it. Make sure the team is always head straight, always head straight for sure.
100%. And as you transition, just what are some of your goals on the next level? What do you want to accomplish, Miles?
I want to develop, get stronger, bigger, and just achieve my goals for sure.
100%. Last one, I'll throw it back to Bacon before we wrap up. Um, what did you just enjoy most about your career with Macintosh?
I would say the adversity, because like if I didn't have the adversity, I wouldn't be the man who I am today, for sure. The adversity.
Okay.
And to build on that, brother, what experience or what traits that you from that experience that you feel like you took the most, which that's going to transform you going forward?
I would say never let no man take you out your emotions, for sure. And that was a quote my football coach had told me, Coach Smith. You might have met him when he was out there. He's like a big, big factor in my life because if I didn't have him, then I don't know if this season would have went how it went this year because he definitely like stayed by my corner and make sure my head was straight. If I wasn't thinking my head was straight, he made sure my head was straight all times.
So how much does football help you play basketball, brother?
A lot. This year was my first year playing high school, but I played football back in my days, like when I was younger. But I would say I was a DB, so I would say feet work was a big one. And then when I went to the basketball court, it was easy for me.
Football was a big thing for you. Okay. When you leave McIntosh, man, when you graduate, walk across that stage and transition to where you play collegiate basketball at, what do you believe will be the narrative surrounded by your legacy at the school?
I would say he never gave up. He never gave up, always kept going. And I think that's how my peers look at me.
That's a great way to end it, brother. I'm going to throw it back to Najeh.
Man, I know you got a lot to do, Miles, man. We're going to let you ride, man. Look, I just appreciate you, man. I know it was a reason we met, you know what I'm saying, that certain way, man. And I just appreciate you coming on, man, to tell your story, brother. And keep us updated with your journey, man. Even when you go off to school, we'd love to have you back on, man.
Of course. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Anytime, man. All right. Miles Biggs, man, appreciate him coming on, man, for just them 30 minutes, man, to talk about it. Had the chat going crazy, man. Over 7 people watching on the YouTube. So much shout out to Miles, man. I believe that was his mom's that came on and gave a great compliment. We appreciate her. We appreciate the fam, his pops. Much love to them, man, for just coming on, man. Great kid. And like I said, you just, you know, as I continue to go through this journey and you just never know who you'll meet. I think Bacon does it best when we go out places. He's always interacting and talking with people. And you just never know, man. Always have a smile on your face, be you, and you never know what energy you can kind of receive back, man. So blessings, man. And definitely, like his mom said, we definitely need to cover more basketball. We try to. We be so busy, man. And I like I told Miles, I don't know why everything is always on the north side. Like I don't live over there no more. I mean, I'm obviously here on the south side, but it's just like I wish there was more stuff for the kids to do around here. I know Lake Point, I know about Kennesaw, man, but I think it'd be great if there's more stuff over here. And the same with football, just so the kids don't always have to go out so far. But you know, definitely since we own the south side and obviously got another hitter with you, Bacon, I think it'll be good, you know, for us to just, you know, continue to tell these kids stories and I don't know, man. I think with my platform growing and more people wanting me out, I definitely need to do that too, man. So it's definitely very powerful. And I think I'm gonna continue to do that, man. Just look out for the kids, man, and continue to get them out there for sure.
Nah, I mean, I think a good idea. I mean, we're gonna definitely need some angel investors, some funders, just to collaborate at a gym. I think Sandy Creek, great interview, man. Thank you, Miss
Appreciate
Big.
you.
You got a great
Thank
young
you
man
so
on your
much. Yes, you do. Very smart young man. I was blown away. He is very smart and cerebral. Y'all did a great job.
definitely financial advisor. I know they watching Earn Your Leisure for sure. But they collaborating at East Coweta. I got a good relationship with Coach Maxwell. You know what I'm saying, Coach Nixon at Sandy Creek. Just a central location. It could be a school on the south side of Atlanta. But we kind of throw a little showcase, man. Just have kids come in and invite brothers out like JP, other Italian talent evaluated just for kids on this side, so they don't gotta go all the way up to the north side every time just to, get evaluated. So, if anybody believes, definitely hit us in the DMs. If you know anybody, that'll be big. But I digress. So we gotta talk about 3SSB. A lot of hoopers from this area set the stage on fire. Got to start out with Gregory Pops, Dudson, Alexander High School. It's the second leading scorer on the 3SSB circuit, playing for us the flagship of the state, Atlanta Celtics, averaging 23.5 points per game, shooting 52% from three now. 52% from three. 2.8 assists per game and 2.5 rebounds per game, man. The one that shot him out as well. Don't want to go into too much depth, but this guy who can hoop. But if you want to add anything to that, Naj, the floor is yours.
I think the improvement from 3-point range. I remember following him as a sophomore. He was always a prolific scorer, getting to the rim, shooting the mid range. But what's popping to me is the 3-point range. I mean, I don't know how sustainable that is because even Steph doesn't shoot at that level, the greatest shooter ever. But the fact he's shooting that on this circuit, he's just showing that he's a true 3-level scorer. He can space out. He can create offense for others as he's always done. And like I said, Alexander has a really good program. They always have. Obviously the school he plays for, but yeah, he's doing a great job. And Atlanta Celtics, we know, is a kind of one of those flagships, along with Game Elite and several others. Obviously, we talked about Georgia Stars the other day. But he's doing a good job, man. Continuing to show why he's a superior talent.
Absolutely, yeah. And then that's through 4 games now. Through 4 games, shooting the ball at a high clip like that, above 40% from the 3-point line. The third, let's see, he's the second. The third leading scorer for let's see, excuse me, y'all. Actually, we'll talk about the third leading scorer. Yes, the third leading scorer on 3SSB circuit. You know what I'm saying? Not a young man that needs any introduction. Caleb Holt, you know what I mean, doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? They went Game Elite with undefeated as well, 4-0, I believe, on the same team. Coleman Landrew, you know what I mean? Who else? Big man for just committed to Georgia Tech not too long ago, 2026. Mustafa Job. Yes, sir. So they got a loaded squad. Kevin Savage is on that team as well. You know what I mean? So definitely shout out to those 3 young men for putting on outside of the Georgia Peach State, but you know what I'm saying, bringing recognition back to the state.
Said, I love you, Myles. Sorry I missed it, but if there is a video, then I love to see it. Yes, you are in the right spot. We're gonna go ahead and send you a video. We appreciate you tapping in. Definitely a video you can go back and watch. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put it here in the chat. Bear with me. Okay, so with that link, Miss Savannah, and I'm posting in that comment. You can go back and watch. It should be a link. But go to about the hour mark. That's kind of when Myles comes on. It's about a 26, 27-minute interview. And you can check it out. But worst case, you can go back on my page at Najee. We'll go to my lives. And it'll be a whole segment there, or we'll say all the interviews we did today. And again, go to that 1 hour mark and you can watch the full thing. Sorry about that, Bacon. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good, brother. Also want to shout out to, like I said, We had a player on from A5. A5 went 3-1 this season. I mean, for session 1 and 3 SSB. You know what I'm saying? Loaded team as well. The team that has who just had on, you know what I'm saying, Jalen Wingfield. You know what I'm saying? This is a very talented group, man. We got, let me see how many teams we got in the top 10 from Georgia. We got obviously, there's 2. Game Elite and A5, but I believe the Celtics, where are the Celtics? They went 2-2. So they're inside the top 15. So, but nonetheless, you definitely want to shout out on the Georgia team from the 3 SSB circuit for doing anything, man. Transitioning into college basketball. We're about to react to Jamie Shaw's top 25, early top 25 for college basketball, man. So I'm going to share my screen in just a second, and we will get it on and popping. All right. Boom. All right. So we got Purdue at number 1. I gotta look and see who they got, man. Purdue. I mean, I know they had a good year. The other year was Zach Edey, and it didn't pan out for them going against UConn, going back to back. St. John's, and they have a solid recruiting class coming in Jackson. So transfer portal. No surprise to see them at 2. No surprise to see them at 2. Man, that's a great coach team. UConn at 3. Houston at 4, BYU at 5, school for AJ DeBonsa, Michigan at 6, Coach Pope, Kentucky at 7, Louisville at 8, you know what I'm saying, Michael Brown. So, you know what I'm saying, to kind of not to go team by team, Auburn at 13. This is a good list. This is a good list. I do think Arkansas got slided. There's no way they shouldn't be inside the top 20 to me. But when you look at this list, Nas, man, I'm saying, what do you think?
I like where BYU is at 5. Obviously, good class coming in. AJ DeBonsta, how ready will he be year 1? UConn added some people out of the portal. They're going to be interesting to see. They did lose a lot of people. Houston, I think with their coaching staff and what they bring back, you have to put them in the top. I think Tennessee should be a little bit higher, in my opinion. I mean, Lynn, Nate Ament. I know Zakai Ziegler is gone. They lost some pieces, but they're going to be right back in that conversation. I would put them maybe top 6, top 7. We'll see what happens with Kentucky and Coach Pope. Obviously, they hit the portal as well pretty hard. I think Arizona is very underrated at 12. They got the best class coming in 2025 in. I mean, all those guys they landed. I know they're true freshmen. I know they're unproven. But with Arizona, you got to put them right back in that conversation as a top 10 team, in my opinion. Duke is interesting. I know they lost Cooper Flagg. Isaiah Evans entered his name into the NBA draft. We'll see how that process works. But another really strong class for them. I think that might be a little bit low. Added some pretty decent pieces out of the portal. We talked about, obviously, a piece they added, former D3 player, but ended up working his way up into kind of that prominence role. So he'll be interesting, to say the least. Bama's interesting. Lost some guys in the portal as well. Pretty decent class coming in for Coach Nate Oates, but can they, make that run, to a title game is going to be interesting to see. So they're interesting as well. Florida, I get it, them being so low because they lost so much. So many guys going into the NBA draft, or a couple that hit the portal as well. And last but not least, I think North Carolina is a little low. I know that's Ian Jackson. I'm not saying Caleb Wilson's going to have this super epic, super duper effect where he's going to have him as a top 2-3 team this year, but I think 23 is a little bit low. Big year for Hubert Davis and company. Got to be better this year in the ACC. They should be better. I would put them maybe like top 15, top 16.
Yeah, man, I agree with you definitely about Duke. They definitely should be in top 10 to me. I know it's a freshman class, but that's not a regular freshman class. Illinois there with Andres Stojakovic. Who else? I think Baylor's got a solid class coming into, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely probably. So let me ask you this, brother: who's your biggest slight? Who should be on this list that was left off?
Trying to think.
Let's see. Let me go to ESPN real quick.
Who really should be on this list?
I was gonna say Syracuse.
That's not a bad pick. Got some pieces in there. They're gonna have obviously Mellow Sun. I don't know. I mean, nothing really jumps out for me,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
That's not. Yeah. I was gonna say Georgia. It's not a bad. I would definitely say Arkansas for sure. But outside of Arkansas, I don't really. Nobody else really comes to mind as I kind of scroll through. Yeah. All right. Solid list, man. So we'll definitely, like I said, it's definitely a way to early top 25, but not a bad one. Definitely want to do some more research on Purdue. Just off the history of Purdue being at number one, never seems to pan out too well. But definitely Duke should be up top or higher. But not a bad list for sure by Jamie Shaw and On 3 Camp. All right. But you know what I'm saying, nonetheless, we will transition into a center who committed to NC State, Paul Mbia, 6'11", 6'11", 260, 7'7" wingspan. Another Euro big man who, you know what I'm saying, who's got a lot of eyes on him, man. My question is to you, brother, is a Euro big saving the big in NBA or just American basketball period?
Yeah, I think you have to make that argument that they are. I mean, you look at Wemby, you look at a Jokic, you look at trying to think of another international big that's doing damage. Alori Marketing, like
Yeah.
these guys are so versatile, like you can't keep them off the court. And a lot of these teams we're seeing in the NBA playoffs now, they want to play this small ball, but guys like Steven Adams is making these teams rethink that. You know, and I know a lot of teams will go like almost an all wing or guard type of play, but if you got somebody that's dominating the glass and they can defend out on the wing, that's the key, I think, going forward when you really analyze the game. If those bigs can not only block shots, not only be a rim protector, but they can also switch out on the perimeter and not get cooked, but stay in front of the defender and make it tough. That's kind of the next part of the league, if we're being honest, making those 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", long athletic wings that can not only score buckets, but also defend at a high level. You look at like the Jaden McDaniels of the world, real long, athletic, can guard. Like there's always going to be a position, I think, for you in the league because everybody cannot do that and stay in front. You know, when you look at Jaylen Brown, I mean, he's not the tallest, but 6'6". Tatum's like 6'10", 6'11". I know he's not playing well in the series. So I do think he's definitely helping the game. And the more that these big men coming up and they can defend and be tall and be perimeter threats defensively, I think it's only going to help. But yeah, I definitely think it's helping the game out with guys that can be versatile and do a whole bunch of different things offensively as well.
I agree. In my opinion, I think what's being left out, being forgotten about by the American bigs in the development process is, I think a lot of these Euro kids that come in a little more stockier. I'm not even going to lean heavily on the fundamentals because I think the American bigs have that. I just think over here the focus is too much on being just stretch. You need to shoot, which is fine, but you just can't forget like like my brother, like brother just alluded to my first interview, Tim Duncan. You know what I'm saying? Top best power forward of all time. And what did he talk about? The footwork. So just doing little things like that, not always being worried about just shooting the ball from 40 all the time. Just getting back, you know, having a little face-up game, putting it back to the basket, a little hook. It's efficient in the flow of the game type of style that I think we're forgetting about. But that's my thoughts. That's my 2 cents.
I think you're right, 100%. And like you said, I think for the growth of the game, like you said, why do you have to always pull up from 40? I know that Steph is a unicorn though. That's an all-time great. That's a legend, and a lot of people blame him for the way the league's going, but it's also the coaching too. Like you got to let these guys. Okay, look, this is what we're going to be about, right? And I think too, sometimes not all coaches. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but hold the players to a certain standard. Hey, this is going to fly. This not going to fly, And I know you'll see stuff, but have you seen videos? And that's what these coaches need to do. Show videos of Steph of how his dad trained him to get to that level, right? One thing I was recently watching an interview, you know what I saw, Bacon?
What's
Steph
that?
said, I go inside first, then go out. Right? I take 10 shots inside, right? The free throw line. I take 10 shots at the free throw line. I take 10 shots on the right side of the free throw line. Then the left. Then I go mid-range. Then I go beyond the arc. Then I go deep. Then I go further than that. Like, y'all want to be these guys? Go watch if there's videos out there, and I know there is because it's a whole YouTube. YouTube basically is the modern digital library. If we're being honest, that's what really YouTube is, a modern digital library. Go up and look Steph and look at his training regimen and what his dad had him doing, and look at what he says now, how he's able to shoot them damn shots that he shoots that feels impossible. It's a lot of hours and work that he put in to do that. It ain't just shoot it up and do it. Oh, I'm gonna take 50 shots. Steph probably easily shoots 2,500 to 5,000 shots a day. That's all I'm saying. Don't cheat the work, bro. I'm not going to look with. Just don't cheat the work. Y'all want to beat Steph? Look at what Steph did, though.
That's facts. The game of basketball started on the inside. I agree with you.
Start short. I say it all the time. Like when you struggling shooting the ball, get a bucket at the rim. That's gonna get you going. A layup, a float. That gets you going. A midi. And then then it's like, oh, shoot one in. Okay, let's try again. Oh, two went in. Boom. I digress. Go ahead.
I agree with you, but I think that's why people are watching the NBA playoffs, but it's not the same type of feel. And I think that's to your point, was Jason Tatum's problem is 0 for 5 or 1 for 5 from 3.
Go punch.
You know what I mean?
Go punch. Granted, this playoffs has been better. I will say that.
Yes.
They had a viewership, highest viewership in 15 years. The first round is very intriguing. But I think too, they play so soon. Like I've barely been able to keep up like the second round because like and them playing game 2 already. You know what I'm saying? Jokic and them already on game 3. It's just I get it. I know you got a schedule and stuff, but for some of us, like we be busy. Like I haven't even been like I saw more of the first round than the second. Like second round, I'm struggling, trying, but with the spring practices and everything, it's hard for me. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks. So. And to your point, it feels like there used to be more kind of a separation. They used to let the first round finish before the second round started. We got second round games playing on
a day or two later. Like what? Yes, exactly. Bacon. Like that would be like, okay, first round finish. It wouldn't start till like Thursday or Friday the next week. Exactly. Great point. I didn't even think about that.
Man, that's how fast the world has sped up, man, in just a short amount of time. But we'll keep the main thing. So the Celtics crashed for the second time in the series against the Knicks after being up 20 plus for a second time. They struggled. They lost against the Knicks. Jason Tatum, as we just alluded to, struggled 5 for 19 from the field. Al Horford did struggle as well, 2 for 11 from the floor. Only 4 rebounds on 29 minutes of play. Got to do better than that, Al. Negative 11. Now, Jason Tatum, plus or minus, was plus 11. Tied for the highest with Jaylen Brown, who also struggled as well. So just, what are your thoughts on the state of the Celtics? Will they get swept or will they be gentlemen swept?
Hey, bro, the Knicks ain't playing with them boys, man. Shout out to Mikal Bridges, OG and Anunoby, man. They giving Tatum hell, but this is why Tatum is perceived in the light he is. I'm not saying it's fair, but these are reasons why. So you want to establish and build your legacy. Yes, you have a ring, but a lot of people feel like Jaylen Brown was responsible for that. His defense against Luka, him winning Finals MVP, the great team around him, the coaching. So if you're Tatum, no one's going to say this in national media. I don't know if they have. I haven't been watching shows. I haven't had time. But this is Tatum's moment, Bacon. This is your moment. You dropped the first 2. You had 20-point leads. You want to change your career arc? I'm not saying his career. He's had a good career. But if you want to be seen in a different light, okay, we lost the first two at home. We gonna win this series. We gonna take two at their crib, and then we coming back to the Garden, and then we gonna go up 3-2. Like I ain't saying he don't have that mentality, but that's what it should be for him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, 2-3 shots, they not falling. I'm putting my damn head down, and I'm getting to the rim. You know, but that's when I say like I feel like Ant and maybe SGA are more of the faces of the league compared to Tatum because you see how Ant performs, and he had a terrible night against Golden State the other night. But the mentality is just different, and now everybody has it. This is gonna be a good series to see where Tatum's at, as far as his mentality and mentally, because you can cave if you're going 2-0. Them tickets is going up over $1,000+ over a band. So they gonna pack that MF and Garden. Is you gonna be ready? And he's more than capable. I've seen Tatum can ball. I've seen him in person. But these are legacy moments. Bacon. Legacy series. Yes, it is the conference. I mean, yes, it's the semifinals. But you're down 2-0. You had home court, and they stole both. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do?
That's a fact.
Leave it at
5
that.
assists to his stat line. I might add. Maybe need to see a little more of that. But I mean, now say they do get swept, gentlemen swept, whatever the case may be. I think LeBron, for good or for worse, set a different kind of standard. You know, Jordan set the bar here, and despite what everybody thinks, so LeBron set the bar here, right? So say they do get, unsettled. You know what I'm saying? Kind of the moment kind of gets to him. He has his LeBron moment where he goes, sits to himself for 3 months, and then come out to speak to anybody but just to eat his oatmeal. He'll have an opportunity to I guess, watch the film and learn. But why does it take that, brother? You know what I mean? Just watch the film, and you know what I'm saying? I get it in the moment. It's definitely tough to see different things, personal experience. But, like you said, brother, you know what I'm saying? Go downhill, man. Kobe's supposed to be a role model, put you back to the basket and learn a little shimmy. But, we'll see how they respond. My thing about the Knicks, their stars play a lot of minutes. So will they be able to withstand a 4 to 5 game grind? Once you get to 5, you get to 6. If you get to 6, it's nothing to go to 7 with how the momentum changes. So we'll see how this goes. I wish Tatum the best, but I've been saying it for some time. I just think he does too much sometimes. I wish, if he could trade kind of packages with Jaylen Brown, just be simple, boom, boom, boom. But it's like boom, 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 and then kind of shot. But we'll see how the series goes. Definitely hoping that it's competitive because we all want to see that Cleveland versus Boston Celtics Eastern Conference Finals, but will not be given. It will be earned.
Got some breaking news.
Oh, that kind of looks like a knee.
Mm-hmm. Just happened with Ant, so that's tough. We're just talking good about him. Hopefully, they said it doesn't look good. Again, we're not watching the game, can't see it. We're doing a pod for y'all, but hopefully he's all right, man. But 2 superstars injured. We know Steph is going to be out for at least a week. Hate to see it. You want to see them both healthy. You know what I'm saying? So definitely going to be hard to grade that series with neither one of them healthy.
Absolutely. So I mean that opens the door for the Warriors to definitely. Well, they're down. Let's see, they're down like 18, 7, 19 points, 13, 17 points right now. So it's it could go either way. But that definitely makes it interesting. You got Jimmy. That takes a lot off Jimmy. I'm sure Kaminga will get a lot more minutes tonight. And for the Warriors, it comes down to Buddy Hield and Podziemski. We've seen Buddy Hield play more consistently as of late. But P, where you been at, brother? But definitely with Ant going down, so the nerves may digress. So we'll see how that series goes. But in our last, no, not last one. We got one more after this one. But the Cavs. How do you feel about the Cavs right now? They're in the same breath as the Celtics right now. Down.
They're a little different. They're not fully healthy to him.
Who's that?
They're not fully healthy. Darius Garland hasn't played this series. He's dealing with something. You obviously had Evan Mobley didn't play; he was out, and he had another, I think, a key contributing piece. Granted, they should have closed out Indiana. You know what I'm saying? In game two, you can't collapse like that at the end. But I think theirs is more so health than anything. And I think, the Pacers have been on the more fortunate side of health in the semifinals. Like last year, the Knicks was banged up.
Yep.
And we kind of seeing the same thing with Cleveland. Now, I'm not trying to throw an asterisk or a mark on them. That's just the reality. The last two semifinals, they faced a team that hasn't been fully healthy. So I don't know how healthy they'll be. If they can get back one of those pieces like Evan Mobley, I think they'll be fine. But they're gonna have to have that same mentality of the Celtics. They got to go in there and steal both of those games.
Yeah, it's about 7 guys. DeAndre Hunter's not playing out with a sprained thumb, sprained ankles, sprained toes, and this goes back to what people say about the younger generation of hoopers, man. And I know 80s, 70s, probably up to 2000. I know we don't know the severity of the sprains, but they always like to hang their hat on like the older guys. Oh, I'm getting in there, man. So definitely want to bring that up just for coffee conversations for y'all tomorrow morning. But yes, sir. We'll see how it goes. That was definitely news to me. Like I said, I have been watching NBA really close, kind of just catching the box scores. Trying to update y'all on Thursdays. But it's Tyrese Halliburton is looking nice. He already got a slogan out about Helly Burton. I'm saying the Indianapolis coach did something for him today. If you've seen it on TikTok or whatever you're watching these socials on, that was tough. But we'll see how that goes. But as the last topic, we definitely want to talk about Drew Holiday winning the Social Justice Award, man. We love talking about philanthropy, man. Did a lot. Him and his wife. I think it was during 2020. Him and his wife gave away a nice sum of money for small business owners, even to switch cultures. People who watch them, they were like, man, if y'all don't apply for this, we're not gonna invite y'all to the house no more. So, but yeah, it's definitely shout out to the Holidays for doing things outside of basketball because they don't have to.
Yeah, he's been doing that. He has a whole bunch of causes he does. I think his wife was dealing with something. I don't want to say it was cancer, but she was dealing with something for a while, some kind of disease or something. He found awareness on that and highlighted it, helping her through her journey. So I'm not surprised. Man, he's a good brother, good dude. He's continued to, what I'm saying, put the right initiatives across and really help people.
Absolutely, brother. Yeah, definitely shout out to them, man. Like I said, there's a lot for the community, man. I think, I'm saying, I say it all the time. So if we all do something like that, we chip in here and there. It don't got to be a large sum of money. I'm saying it's free to be nice, but it's also free to give tough love. We can, I'm saying, differentiate too. So, but that's just my message, man. I'm saying each one teach one, and the world will be a better place. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in on Thursday for the Hoops podcast. I believe it was a good show. And the next week now, as I'm saying, if you saw the middle of the interview, like, man, I want to hear JP, I'm saying he's always doing my write-up for my son or for me, definitely tune in next week. I'm saying we'll dive deeper, I'm saying, to everything he has going on, doing big things for SUTV and OTR. As I throw it to my co-host to sign us off.
100%, man. Look, this has been another edition of the Sizzling News Podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we're gonna keep growing this thing, man. I think it just starts with us continuing to get people on. Obviously, Jean Paul Mathurine, shout out to Bacon for getting him on. Shout out for him, obviously, getting Michael Williams on, or if I say Mikehi Williams on, getting that young brother from 85 on and telling his story. Heard some of it in the car. I was driving. I tried, y'all, but I've been swamped with the spring practices, so please forgive me for my tardiness, but it's been a grind, but it's been well worth it, man. Everybody's been flooding my DMs and want me to come. And I'm gonna put out a tweet and everything for all the coaches, the ones I cannot go visit. Paddock camps, I keep hearing they're gonna go stupid in the summer. So I'm gonna hit up a lot of these coaches and do a full tweet, be like, if you have paddock camps, let me know so I can go there and continue to put all these kids out on these platforms. But it's a steady process for us for the Hoops podcast, man. We like where it's going. We'll continue to get people on, reach out as best as we can. and continue to grow it, man. Let people tell their story, man, for exposure purposes and all that good stuff, man. We appreciate everything, man. That's going to conclude the pod. We're going to see y'all next week, same time, same place, 8 p.m. on Thursdays, unless told otherwise, man. And also stay tuned for our podcast on Monday. We'll be right back to football. Y'all been letting the football go kind of crazy on the tube, man. So much love to y'all. Every time I'm getting at least now consistently making over 100 views, man. So shout out to y'all on the front of the football podcast. We appreciate y'all, man. But we're gonna see y'all soon, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all night and have a great weekend. If you want to hear from me, and have a great Friday. See y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.